Between friends, eh? Welcome to West Side, the real one. All the people that aren't here yet. Anybody shows up. Missed y'all Saturday, so I thought I'd do one now. Everybody went live Saturday, so the competition was entirely too fierce. Saturday. I think I made it public. Pretty sure I made it public. Everybody's gotten used to me not being live on Tuesday night, so yeah, they'll start getting notifications and stuff. What's this? Maybe. Unless I'm in YouTube jail. Which is entirely possible to be in YouTube jail. People like putting me in YouTube jail. I got two people now. Two lurkers. Two lurkers. Yes, you're very late, Carol. You may go to the office and get a tardy slip. Can't really spite anybody for being late because I haven't been going live on Tuesdays. I haven't been going live over here at all. Was going to go live Saturday. I actually had the thing set up and everything, and then BA went live, and then before he got off, the Revolta Man was already live, and I just went over there, and he actually had a decent live stream. They actually were talking biblical stuff instead of other. It rained up in your part of the state, Carol. Rained down here for a couple of days, I guess. Well, not all day, but it rained for 2 days in a row. Yeah, there we go. That's the right way to put it. Rained yesterday, and then in the evening, and then it rained again this morning. We thought it was going to rain again, but it just like sprinkled some. Well, we still got a chance of rain till midnight or something like that, so we'll see what happens. We needed it. Yeah, really am trying not to spend a lot of time going live on either channel. It's for other stuff. The other channel's for other stuff. This is the one I'm supposed to go live on. So. Oh, there's still water sitting in the field over there, which is actually good. If it's standing in that field, it didn't stand in the one behind us because there's still grass on the field over here. It followed them roots down in the ground. If these people don't start putting wheat back on them terraces, we're going to be in a bind. I mean, wheat's not the best grass out there for catching the water, but better than bare terraces. We already talking much, are y'all? Are you at work or are you at home, Carol? Oh. Sorry. I'll quit looking at it. I remembered I had a Bible. Well, that's good. Listen to the dog bark. Put some alum in a hot dog and throw out there. He'll stop barking. What? Well, it will. Don't do that. Apparently, that's not okay. I got a mean look from the missus. Apparently, that would be harmful for your dog and do not do that. Oh, well, give the neighbors some hot dogs. And they ain't no popping over to Carol's for coffee. That's a day trip. What? Amarillo's day can come near as far as Dallas is. Actually, it's further than Dallas.
Probably. You just gotta drive down the road and jump on the interstate and head to Dallas.
Now, the Rob's brother's only an hour and 45 minutes from Rob's, but he lives on the outskirts. Lives on the southwestern area. You talk about a city that's spread out all over Hellington, that's Amarillo. It covers just as much ground as Dallas, doesn't it? I think. I don't know. I didn't pay that close attention. It takes a while to get from one side of Amarillo to the other. Hell, it's like an hour from Fort Worth to Dallas. Yeah, if the traffic's good.
Yeah, it's about the same. It's 3.5 hours to Fort Worth or to Amarillo.
Oh, so she doesn't actually live in Amarillo? I just thought she lived by Amarillo. I didn't.
Okay, so it's 3.5 hours to Amarillo from us, and 3 hours and 20 minutes to Fort Worth.
Oh, no, I just decided to go live and then watch Sister Kate's video about goats and stuff, man. And it's, there's people dropping like flies, honestly. So it's part of it. So what town do you actually live in, Carol? Do you live in Amarillo proper, or what is it? I get Dimmitt and Denton mixed up. Oh, how do you spell Amarillo?
Yellow.
Yellow. That's how you spell Amarillo?
Mm-hmm.
Is Amarillo yellow? Is that the word for yellow? Not Dimmitt, Dimas.
See? That's how you spell Amarillo.
Jeez. Okie dokie.
Wasn't even lying to you.
Yeah, we ain't popping over for coffee, Carol.
It's just 3.5 hours.
It's Dimmitt, Dimas, and Denton, man. I can't keep them straight.
Well, like Littlefield and Levelland.
Yeah,
I
Littlefield,
can't
Level
keep
Land.
them straight.
And Morton, I get Morton and Muleshoe mixed up. I don't know why. I know where Plains is. Silverton, I like Silverton. Silverton's got some pretty country. So. Hey, let's all move to Clarendon. We should be able to get rid of our allergies there. Wah, wah, wah. Mobeedy. Seriously, please tell me that's in Oklahoma. Nope, that's Texas.
How about No Trees?
No trees?
No Trees, Texas.
No trees, Texas? I believe we've lived there once or twice. Hey, tradesman.
Frog Knot.
Frog Knot. There's some, I don't know who was doing all these naming towns or whatever.
Jot them down.
Jotting down.
Oh, this one. Nameless.
Well, going up the other side of town, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, it's like, okay, this is the next town, next name.
They have some strange names, that's for sure.
All right, tradesman, thanks for swinging in. I just thought I'd go live since I haven't been doing it. And people are like, he's dead. That, that, that limey bastard killed him. But he didn't. Yeah, anyway.
Not yet, anyway.
See, I thought. Oh. He's chatting me on live internet. Okay. What the hell? Nothing really going on. I'm fighting off a food coma. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm an amazing cook. Yeah. I cook for multiple people every time I try to do it. But there was only 3 of it. There's enough for all 3 of us to eat and be in the same shape tomorrow and the day after. Still doesn't have liner in it, does it? Oh, it does. Oh, never mind. I don't want to know. Scroll. Young Bogu. What you need to do is learn to name your dogs normal things. Okay, Steve. Don't run into the wall. Everybody just moving out. On you, Carol. When are you going to move? My wife's office is hiring. Well, just name him Mark then. Sasquatch will be fine. That's what Mark means in Georgian, is cuddle puppy. The dog's not going anywhere? Oh, okay, there you go. I'll probably be on an hour or so or whatever. I killed my paid subscription to this thing because the reason I got it was so I could invite more people and record the deals and stuff. And then as soon as I got where I could record, people quit accepting the invite. So that was a waste of money. So I dare you to try that with a real Mandarin, not a Mandarin orange, but a Mandarin Chinese. You have a 150-pound coyote murdering cuddle puppy in the front yard. Do you want him? Free to good home. He will chase down coyotes. He thinks it's fun. But he will kill everything else too. He just thinks killing stuff is fun. Doesn't care what it is.
Killing is fun. He just wants to play.
Well, he plays with everything until it's dead.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's not vicious. Okay, he's like in the coyotes, it's a little different. He doesn't like guns though, which doesn't make him any good to me with coyotes. Probably going to be getting a new puppy anyway. That's probably really loud. Sorry about that. Think I'm going to get a basset hound. And crop its ears. I said that for the missus. What are you cooking?
Water.
Okay. Well, at least his high school son didn't stab you with a meat cleaver or something. Oh, never mind. I know what you're doing. Rob has like 6 million cats he needs to rehome. But his cats are all cat factories. I'm just telling y'all right now, you take one of those cats and you're going to wind up with 100 cats. You got nothing but a bunch of females running around there. I've never seen so many calicos in one spot in my entire life. It's like a little calico factory. Calico cat. He's got more than one kind. That one's actually pretty unique. It's mostly black, but with the calico spot here and there. It's just got boom orange spots. It's pretty awesome actually for a calico. What they call the ones turtle shell or something like that. And then you got the regular calico, but then you got this guy, which is like a girl or whatever. Ah, that's funny. We have soy sauce here now after we ate all the Brady Tech Go Chinese meals we had. Then I decided to bring the soy sauce over here. Finally remembered it though. That should count for something. Maybe not a lot, but something. We're trying to build a shed, but every time we start on it, it rains. I was going to do the live stream out there with kind of have it as my backdrop or whatever. Proud of that thing, actually. We had to buy some lumber, but the all but like 2 or 3 studs that went into that shed were we ripped out of salvage lumber. So okay, clean my skillet up. Try dumping out some old tires and stuff, man. Which I need to go around tomorrow and do too. There's been cakewalk here. There hadn't been a single mosquito so far. That's going to change now. Though. It's like the dragonflies knew that rain was coming, though.
Flies sure did.
Yeah, the flies did. It's weird how I didn't do that. I thought you did. I thought you had taken it out on purpose. Well, I didn't know that. Y'all got mosquitoes up there, Carol, yet? Yeah, I've got too many cats here right now. I'm going to have to thin the herd out some. Oh, wait, I just have one. That's right. That's perfect. That's the perfect amount. Perfect amount of cats is one. One cat that can't have kittens or make another cat have kittens. It's perfect.
As long as the free cats don't come with diseases, we're okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. Man, what if we have to take them because of, well, you know why accidents happen?
That's what I'm thinking. If we have to take them to get the cow, we'll take them to get the cow.
Yep.
But then they may be bought cat food. I don't know. Not my fault. They aren't used to living out bushes.
No, I don't mind having a few cats around, but
They have to earn their keep.
well, if you got more than 2 or 3 cats, you got more disease than you got benefit. They're just not healthy animals. I'd rather have a family of raccoons. No, I've actually done a little bit of research into stuff like that. There's a reason you don't see any videos about that because apparently you go to the penitentiary for that in this country. Barbecued kitty cat stuff. And they're trying to. That's why they're they're trying to get everybody to call their livestock fur babies and stuff. No, that's a goat. No, that's not a family member. That's a goat. That's a sheep. That's a cow. It's food. It's no, because next thing you know, then it's animal cruelty to slaughter your own food. That'd knock a lot of us prepper, homesteader type people out of business that fast.
Amish families that they went after, slaughtering their own food.
Yeah, just, I mean, it's bad enough they don't want you to grow your own garden, have your own garden or whatever. They don't want you to have your own livestock. Now they're going to start making it. I mean, literally, they're going to start hanging people out to dry for, you know, in and a hog.
All the leaves from the making illegal to do that. Wild hogs are bad now.
Yep.
Not being able to stop the spread.
Have to trap them and then humanely euthanize them.
Wait for that to cool down.
I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I mean, um, there's actually a breed of dog that's sole purpose is it's raised as a food item, and you can't get that here. They're big. They're lazy. They'll eat anything. They grow fast, and they're food. Oh yeah, even the domesticated hogs. I mean, you can't take an nap in the hog pen. They'll eat you. Uh, there's 101 reasons that not keeping hogs in a mobile community was a thing. They're dangerous. They're nasty. Yeah. If we can get the fence up, we're supposed to be getting a zebu, a bull, a calf. It's a little bull, but we'll see how that works out. If we can get get it and a heifer, then after he does his business, then he can become hamburger meat. I don't care. I don't know how big they get. Oh, yeah. You got your ass kicked by hogs. The and they've already cleared out most of the big hog farms or whatever. So yeah, there's that. Cleared out a lot of chicken ones too. There's starting to be a lot more chicken come back in. It's not as reasonably priced as it was prior to 2019, but it's better. And I hate to say this out loud, but even beef is coming down a little bit. Not a lot. And it's just the beef and stuff, which means it was probably everybody selling their cattle because they didn't have grass. I think the cost of beef coming down has more to do with a crowded market as far as everybody unassing their cattle, as opposed to they're actually the price naturally coming down because everything else is still going up. But but surprisingly enough, the drought that's affecting Texas and New Mexico and Arizona and Oklahoma and Colorado and all the ranching states doesn't stop at the Rio Grande. It travels south, and it doesn't stop at the Canadian border. It's going north. So there's a lot of people having to sell cows because they don't have feed for them, which just means like next year, woo boy, We think hamburgers high now. And I would raise one hog at a time. The key to that is you just got to find somebody with a sow that'll sell you a pig reasonable. Everybody wants to sell you a show pig. Man, I ain't looking for a show pig. I want a feeder pig. I want to give you a $20 bill for this stupid little pig that can eat. I won't put him in a cage. I won't feed him. I'm going to name him Sam. And then when Sam gets old enough, I'm going to turn him into Ham. That's it. I can't remember if that was the first or the second. I think, but Sister Kate was talking about they lost a billy goat to something that they don't know what it is. And it it made her start thinking about. I mean, you never know what's going to sneak up and take one of your animals or something like that. I've got one hell of a paperweight over at the other property right now. Bought a truck and then boom, there it is. Just all kinds of stuff can sneak up and get you. How many of the people in here that do livestock have had to experience the loss of livestock? It doesn't have to be anything special, man. Chickens, guineas. Loss of guineas is a blessing, I think, but some people think they're cool. They have places you can go to ask for help. But I digress. I'm gonna kill the camera because we're gonna go outside. And, I promise I'm not gonna smoke a cigarette. Actually, yes, I am. But don't tell my doctor.
I just made those.
I know. I mean, it says quality control, baby.
No, it's not.
What you would not want to have a
I
bad.
had to make all my own this morning.
You should have woke me it up or something. You're right. I'm a dirtbag. What do you want? Got to be super careful here. The chair that I am reposed in is damaged. Oh, that's a mosquito. We may not be out here long at all. Sound like mosquitoes. You're very special, Chipper. There's no reason for that thing to kick on. It's maybe 75 out here. Maybe. I got bit by a tick. Trying to keep an eye on it because the wife had to have a tick bite cut out. It got gnarly on her. We lost track of how many chickens we lost. It was a lot. We in our first 2 years of birds, we probably lost 100. And then we started getting birds. I mean, other people would buy them, and then they would be like, "Oh, these birds are a pain in the ass," and "Oh, they like chickens," and we were turned into a chicken rescue of sorts. And we get 6 birds from over here, 8 birds from over there, 2 birds from over here. Got 27 birds from one lady one time. Uh, stuff like that. And anyway, between foxes, bobcat, well, I lost 28 in one night. That bobcat had three stillborn goats. Uh, Billy did something stupid. My Billy goat did something stupid and wound up dying. Uh, his dumb ass tried to jump a fence he didn't have no business jumping and got hung up in it and choked to death. A horrible way to go. But first time we tried to do hogs, we had start out with 2, then we had 3, then we had 1. Yeah, self-hate it is. I mean, you've got to walk. If you got goats, you've got to walk your fence. They'll kill themselves from dehydration. They'll get stuck in the fence and they'll stay there till they die. Or if they try to go through a fence that is too tall, they'll stand up until they can't anymore, and then they just squat down and choke out. Um, we still can't make. I can't make up my mind if I want to get sheep or goats. I know more about goats, but uh, sheep aren't bad. I guess depending on what kind. I don't want wool sheep. I mean, you'd have to pay somebody to shear them or take them somewhere to have somebody shear them for the wool because you can't not shear them. And I have no use for the wool. There's not a market around here. Uh, Well, I'd like to get some door crop if I get sheep, but I want the ones that were bred here. Don't want LaCroix and I don't want Dorper. I want door crop, which were in theory bred here for here. Hey, Vanessa, kitty. The hell on this place we've lost. I think the count's up to 2 trees. Still not sure about that little one. 100% sure it's dead. So it may just be one. Well, I could, in theory, shear the sheep, or I could just get hair sheep and not worry about it. Um, Having to pay somebody $20 every year to give my sheep a haircut would not make them a feasible. If I'm having to pay to have them alive on the property, then they're not. They're costing me. They're not making me. And for an animal to be feasible on a homestead, even a backyard homestead, even if you're just doing backyard chickens, one milk goat in the backyard, whatever, that animal has to be either saving or making you money, or it's a pet. And uh, we're not in this to have really big pets. It's, the only reason I am strongly considering the goats again is because I actually really enjoy goat. It is good. It's good meat. It rivals beef, in my personal opinion. Now there are people out there that have killed and cooked goat for me that made me swear off of goat for a long time. But once you realize that there is a proper way, then everything's okay. You can't take a goat that's been stressed for 2 hours and slaughter it. That goat has to be having the best time of its life. It has to be thinking it's on its way to Disneyland. And then you just smoke it. We are so stoked that you came back, Steve. Well, there's that. But I mean, as much grief as I give that cat wherever she's at, she has already started bringing me presents, uh, which the last one she could have. She didn't have to leave as much as she did. She left. She left most of the rat. So I don't know if it's too dark. Probably. Let me see if you can see that. Where's my shed? All those boards that are standing up. Those we made those. Well, not out of a tree. Some of them are an old deck. Well, a lot of them are an old deck. Some of them were uh, shipping containers. Some of them were an old barn. Just, do y'all need a moment? It, uh, y'all are welcome to go off at the bushes, make some noise together. If you need to. I'm not suggesting anything. I would not want to do that to you people. I would like to be upset about the rain interfering with our construction, but I can't be. We needed the rain really bad. Oh, really? I think ours is, well, there ain't no stars, but I think our chance peters off after midnight tonight. It's it's it stayed cool and cloud covered with the occasional sprinkle all day, off and on all day. So what we did get hasn't evaporated. It's all been going straight in the ground. So um, on the downside to it is all the lumber, well, except for the decking, the we had that covered up. Anyway, everything else that we couldn't cover up because we'd already nailed it together is soaking wet. So because it was a soaking rain last night. It started. What come? I don't know how to explain. It never come a gully washer. It just was steady. So um, I think we're somewhere right around 5 inches total for the past couple of rains. Your rain gauge was overflowing the first time, wasn't it, Rob? Isn't that what you sent me in the picture? Which I don't know if any of it stayed around because y'all were so dry. It probably all soaked in. Same thing it did here. We had that 3.5 inches, and then by the end of the morning, it was all gone. There was nothing standing in the fields anymore. Uh, there was still water running in the bar ditches this morning at 10:30. So we got good rain here. Sadie swears we put that tarp on that just for her. just soon get my oil tarp up off the ground before the flipping termites find it. The bug guy was supposed to be here this morning to spray, but he said he was going to reschedule for sometime when he didn't have to bring his bass boat to get here. Apparently, spraying in our bug juice on mud isn't the best plan ever. Anyway, we was talking about livestock. Rob, how many chickens and stuff have you lost up there? Chickens, guineas, stuff. Didn't you try sheep or something for a while? Sheep or goats or something? We're not doing goats again unless we can have them pinned up away from everything we own. The end. That is for sure and for certain. There will be no goats unless they have zero access to our vehicles and our home and my yard and my barn and my yard. Because goats will just hang around where the people are. And they will eat everything around where the people are. Even though there's plenty of stuff to eat away from the people. If there's a fence between them and the people, they'll go away. It's weird. We've got to spray and kill a bunch of mesquite trees now. You know what I think that room? I think that's one of them flipping windmills is messed up. Sounds just scary. Y'all ain't very. How come y'all yak up a storm and everybody else is live streaming? Y'all can't talk to each other over here for nothing. I can't keep up with the chat and go to somebody else's channel. It's just going 100 miles an hour. Everybody's always got something to say. Unless Corsair and the Squatch are like sending private messages or something. Rob's probably outside with a bar of soap. Shampoo and a back scrubber. All right, Corey, be good, man. I forgot to pay my other phone. You're hanging on my every word. Well, that's silly. Oh, what are we having, Carol? I know what I'm having for breakfast. Hell, I wonder if I went in there and went to sleep early, if it would be okay to get up and have breakfast early. It's already made. Just got to eat it. I cook tomorrow night or tomorrow's lunch anyway. If we gotta eat that stuff, I still gotta go put that other pan up. Ah. I've got to go do a bunch of food prep after I get off of here. I boiled some chicken and I made chicken with rice and well, it was chicken and rice with I put carrots and peas and corn and green beans and various spices and stuff. Made it from scratch. And well, I made more chicken broth than I really needed. So now I've got to put the chicken broth in the other bowl chicken up. All right, Steve. Be good. Need some chicken and rice? I'll freeze it and overnight it to you. Then you can just like thaw it out and nuke it. They used to sell a thing at the uh, Tarzan. No, Iran. Dadgummit. Maybe it was both of them or none of them. Anyway, when we went to the football games in the concession stand, you could get these things called potato skins. I was so good. They had them at Wilson once too. You take a baked potato, you bake a potato, then you scoop the guts out. I don't know what they do with the guts. The potatoes. I guess they have those later. Maybe they feed them to the chickens. I don't know. Then you put chopped barbecue brisket in there and some beans and some cheese. And then you put that back in the toaster oven and you warm it up. And then you give it to somebody for $5. I think it was $5. $5. And then they can go and put like vegetables on it. You can get onions and tomatoes and some more cheese. And then you get a fork. And then you sit down and you watch the game while you eat your supper. I love those. Yep, those are good food. You can get them now at the barbecue place here. Well, they call them stuffed baked potatoes, but they put the potato back in there. They cheat. They uh, do your baked potato, scoop it out, put the stuff in there, and then chop up the baked potato and put it back in there in your mix. It's totally cheating. Let's see, the drive-in theater at La Mesa used to have amazing hash browns. Then it burned down. Um, Still think that had something to do with insurance. Not sure. Um, yep. The specialty where the kids went to school was there was a guy that he cooked burgers. He had a barbecue pit and he cooked burgers every Friday night, every home game. He would make burgers. Everybody else is out there getting to watch the game. He's standing over there at the grill making burgers. When his son graduated, he said, "I'm not cooking another burger," and he didn't. So, had some gunshots down the way. the other day. Finally went over there and investigated. Apparently somebody's got an improvised rifle range over there. I didn't realize there was a caliche pit that close. Ouch. Skeeters. Yep. Doesn't take them long, does it? And I don't even know where to start looking for them for their hatch buckets. Well, yeah, I do. I guess Rob fell in the toilet or something. Did he ever come back from feeding the dogs? Oh, it started raining, and then we hadn't heard from him since it started raining. Oh, man. Sadie is not feeling well. For those who care about that kind of stuff. Hyde is apparently impervious to feeling ill. What are you looking at me funny for? Carol slaughtered the entire chat with the words hamburger and potatoes. Oh, you got your vendetta mask on? Womp, womp, womp. So you did go when it started raining. You did run outside with a bar of soap. I knew it. I told y'all that's what it did. Yeah. Whenever Whenever your wife walks in the room with a scrub brush and a steamer, you know it's time to go to the shower. Ooh. We're having oh, apparently yawns. Um, Ham steak and mashed potatoes with sweetened vegetables. Hey, Aaron. Still got to feed the dogs and stuff. The chickens don't have to be fed for a week. We fed them twice today. That's good for 7 days, right? Yeah, we can do this the easy way or the fun way. How's the weather in the great northern or southern Canada? Or extreme northern California? Oh, Steve's already gone. That's not funny. It's probably all these flipping gnats. Either the gnats or the internet. Oh man, we've been getting y'all's rain for the past couple of days. Cool and rainy. humid. I was over trying to get some stuff done at the other, or we were trying to get some stuff done at the other place, and the sun peeked out for a few minutes. You talk about yuck. I mean, it didn't come out for 5 minutes. And it went from instantly from, yeah, muggy to what is wrong with you people? Weather, you know. And I was like, oh, Houston, yay, me. Because that's the downside to Houston is the sun's out and it's humid. Oh, way muggy. And it's going to be bad tomorrow, too, because the cloud cover is supposed to leave us tonight. It is going to be miserable out here after 9 o'clock. But in theory, if it doesn't rain again tonight, in theory, 10 or 11, the stuff should be dry enough to start sticking back up. Maybe. We'll see. If it rains again tonight, it won't be. It'll be a wash tomorrow, too. See, I like potato pancakes. The missus is not a fan. Potato pancakes. Carol, I need for you to give these guys or these individuals, these fine individuals, your recipe. Oh, with brown gravy. I never thought about putting gravy on potato pancakes until just now. Anyway, I gotta go get a cup of coffee. I was telling her that she was going to give them the recipe for potato pancakes. Okay, Carol's going to give y'all the recipe for potato pancakes that you put gravy on. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to read it. Okay, let me see what this recipe is. Well, Chipper's in the market for a canning book. He's got $100 bill burning a hole in his pocket. I'm actually very slowly, and I mean very slowly, working on a cookbook. I didn't know I was going to have to learn new words. So the way I make potato pancakes may not be the way everybody else does. I take the leftover potatoes. I don't make potatoes. I actually prefer to have creamed potatoes for it, but any potatoes will work. And then you take, let's say you got 2 cups of leftover potatoes, or you want to make 2 cups of mashed potatoes, whatever floats your boat. It's 1 egg per cup of potatoes. 1/4 ish cup of self-rising flour per cup of potatoes. 1 tablespoon of oil, vegetable oil, per cup of potatoes. Now remember, you've already got butter and stuff in the mashed potatoes if you know how to make mashed potatoes. Some people don't put butter in mashed potatoes and they just give you potatoes that have been beaten up. They're not mashed potatoes. They're just potatoes that have been slaughtered and ground into mush. But if you're going to give somebody mashed potatoes, they have to have butter in them. So that's why you only use, if you're the kind of person that's just going to make mashed potatoes for the pancakes, you're going to need to add butter to the potatoes before you do that other stuff. This is important. Anyway, then you mix this stuff up, and it has to be the consistency of pancake batter. That's the tricky part. You may have to add milk or water. Be very careful. It gets runny fast. Then you don't do it. You do not cook it in a dry skillet. You put a little bit of oil, and then you fry it. You gotta fry it nice and slow though, because it takes a while for the potato stuff to cook all the way through. And if your skillet is too hot, you're gonna burn the outside of your potato pancake. And he's seen it. I can do that because I'm not used to the stove yet. And then you wind up with a burnt potato pancake, which tastes like charcoal on the outside. It's still pretty good on the inside, but it tastes like charcoal on the outside. I like potato cakes. And then I don't put nothing on them. I just eat them. It never occurred to me that you could like put gravy on those. That's like really fast, cheap, easy. It's a way to take a little bit of flour, some eggs, and some leftover potatoes, and make all the kids at the table happy. Because they come out actually, if you got good skillet and the grease is the right temperature and stuff, they come out a lot like pancakes or not pancakes, donuts. Mom actually used to do a thing with the the skillet. She had like 3 inches of oil in this. She's got a really deep skillet. Had a really deep. We have it here, but she'd get the grease and stuff nice and hot, and then she would actually like dribble the pancake batter stuff in there, the potato batter in there. And it was basically little fried crunchies. We eat the crap out of that. You can do the same thing if you want to, like, instead of pouring them out, if you want to, like, mix them up and leave them thicker. You got to make like cookies out of them though. Yeah. Gotta roll them out and then cut them and then put them in the grease. I just prefer to do the pour them on in the grease, just runny. I prefer them to be runny to start with. They're not health food at all. They're like really greasy. They're like a old fashioned potato or a old fashioned donut, I guess. I've done it with sweet potatoes. It's actually really good. Sweet potato cakes are nice, but when I do the sweet potato cakes, I do them dry, roll them out, and then cook them. They still fluff up. Um, and it's okay if you have leftover yams or whatever at Thanksgiving to use the yams. No sense in throwing those out. I mean, the food apocalypse is approaching. Don't want to be throwing food out. And dumplings are so easy. I'm actually working on the dumpling recipe. Um, I'd say they're work. There's a lot of work goes into them, but if you're not allergic to good Southern cooking and you like dumplings, they're well worth the effort. And you can use the same thing you're doing for dumplings, slight modification, and you can make a mean cobbler with it. Just for the record, you just got to squish them out a little bit more, add a little bit more grease. I like my dumplings fluffy though. A lot of people don't like their dumplings fluffy. I like my dumplings fluffy. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy dumplings. Yep, yep, yep. Basically, I want a boiled biscuit. I don't know. How y'all like your dumplings? Y'all like little like noodle looking dumplings or y'all like dumplings? I like dumplings. And them things that the Asians feed you, that's not dumplings. I don't know what those are. Little boiled mini tacos. Whatever. Which are good, but that's just not dumplings. Yeah, big thick dump. There's Carol. There's a southern woman there. Caught the wife gone here the other day, and I made chicken. I have chicken broth and chicken. Man. Hey, Aid, you want some chicken and dumplings? We got chicken and dumplings tomorrow. We just freeze the chicken and rice. That's in there. We make chicken and dumplings. We can eat that tomorrow once you go. We got to eat it all though, because apparently we can't store. What are you chewing on? Firm biscuit? Did my mom had two ways of making dumplings, and uh, there was the I do not feel like sitting here making y'all dumplings version, and then there was a I love you, y'all all behaved properly. I'm gonna make y'all some dumplings version. They both tasted amazing, but the one she would make biscuits, just like she was any other time of the year, and she would mash them out in one big thing, just roll them out to where they were half an inch thick, and then she would just start tearing them off. As fast as she could, just tear off little clumps about the size of about the size of half a store bought Waffle on the counter biscuit, and just put those in the chicken broth just as fast as you could go. That was the I ain't got time to mess with y'all. I'm gonna feed y'all, and I'm gonna go on and work my puzzle and go to bed because I didn't even want kids version. And we all griped about how the dumplings were great and huge and delicious and stuff. Because if Mama was mad at us and was just feeding us and trying to be mean, we did not want her to know that it was okay, Mom. We like these dumplings. And then there was the other ones where she kept adding flour to the biscuits, and she started out with more oil in them. But then the biscuits would be you couldn't make a biscuit out of this. Then she would actually take the rolling pin and she would roll that thing out till it was a quarter inch thick, and then she would take a knife and she would cut it into about inch and a half by inch and a half, and she would flour each one of those pieces, and then you roll and boil pot with chicken and seasonings and broth and everything just going crazy. Then she would pick that thing up and she would just make sure each one of them hit the water separate of the rest of them. Huh. Them's good dumplings. They'd come out after they cook. They come out maybe 3/4 of an inch thick, and they'd swell up to about 2 inches, 2 inch square. It's like boiled biscuits and gravy with chicken. It's delicious. I'm getting hungry. Didn't we just eat? Oh, beef and dumplings would be good too. I never thought of that. Oh, that would be good, Carol. That is a good. I'm gonna steal that one. I gotta cook it first. But the second version of those, that's the one I'm working on writing down. That's got to be. trying to explain right now how it's important that you have on an apron. No apron. The excuse me. That is not going to stand. There's a rat under the building already.
Oh, jeez.
Pack rat has already found a way under the shed and it ain't even built yet. You're fired. You hear it, which means it's chewing its way from one set of boards to the next set of boards. You can make dumplings with anything. My favorite dessert is actually blackberry dumplings, which I haven't had since I was 20. Not good. I've had blackberry cobbler, which is okay, but that's probably true, Aaron. That's wheat has always been a staple. Um, People always talk about growing their gardens, and this look here now on a conversation we need to have. People always talk, I'm going to grow some tomatoes and some beets and some radishes and some corn and some black-eyed peas. And where's your grain at, man? That's grass is the easiest thing on the planet to grow. If you've got the right kind of grass, it makes a lot of food. There's a reason everybody farmed wheat. It's because wheat made bread. You can live off, can't have a ham sandwich without bread. And that thing where you put the ham in between two pieces of lettuce and eat it, that's not a sandwich. Now people always go on to what's the name of that place? The fancy fluffy coffee shop and hug it out. Um, Starbucks. Yeah, y'all just go get you Starbucks coffee and hug it out while y'all eat your little roll, little veggie meat roll thing. The cat's inside, right? Oh yeah, I mean uh, when you're out, when you had to invent your own video game. I did this thing when I was a kid called playing, which oddly enough used to involve a lot of physical labor. I Long story short, I'm poor, dirt poor. We actually, the only reason I had toys when I was a kid is because my sister got signed up for a raffle, not a raffle, a giveaway because mom had to go in and buy a truck part because the truck wouldn't run. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the guy said, here, sign her up. Didn't even know. My little sister won. It was a 20-foot long uh, Christmas stocking just packed full or something like that. I don't know, 10 foot, 20 foot, something. It's huge. Um, the Anyway, we went to sleep and there was nothing in the house. We woke up one Christmas morning and there was stuff everywhere. Anyway, there's a complete set of Tonka. I even had a Herbie in it, man. The little Volkswagen Beetle with the 56 on it or 53 or whatever it was. And had a dump truck, uh, front end loader, a bulldozer, uh, a pickup truck, the Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, I want to say it had an ambulance. Yes, an ambulance and a police car. It was a nice Tonka set. Everything. Anyway, I think when we moved the Tonka, I left the Tonka set in the windrow. It's probably still buried up over there. Um, anyway, I built cities and forts and tunnels and I would borrow a shovel so I could dig dirt so I could use my dump truck. I mean, I played for hours moving dirt. So when it was time to eat, I was hungry. Mom learned if there was a vegetable that we weren't eating, it was a waste of money. And well, I mean, we would eat it, but if we weren't enjoying it, all we had to do was let mom know, and it just didn't get on the table again. We had a lot of green beans, cornbread, uh, corn. All of us loved green peas. All of us loved black eyed peas. We all loved red beans. I never was a fan of shelled and snap. You know the black eyed peas with the shells and snaps. I never been a fan. They don't taste nothing like dried black eyed pea, cow peas. Take cow peas, the ones that have already gone to seed, and you cook them just like you do beans, sort of. And they're good. They're delicious, man. I eat them all day long. I'm gonna have to try baked radishes now. Yeah, there was a difference back in the day when you know kids had to work for their entertainment, adults had to work for their entertainment. Uh, you actually, if you wanted to listen to a song, you actually had to go over there and turn on the record player. The fall of civilization was the invention of the remote control. It goes further back than that, but um, you know, first we got TVs to sit in front of and eat our TV dinners, and then we got a remote control, so we didn't even have to yell at the kids to make them change the channel. And then TVs got so cheap that you could have one in every room, and everybody had their own remote control. And then we got PCs, and then we got smartphones, and yeah, and here we are. We're all set. Everyone was sitting here with a piece of electronics in front of us, talking about the good old days when we used to work for our groceries. Wondering why we all having to buy exercise clothes all the time. And worrying about starving to death because we'll have to go back to planting a half an acre garden. And I don't have my mama to do it for me this time. I don't have my mama. Yeah, you gotta have to get up and pull them weeds out of the garden. You want to eat, you'll pick that okra. It's all gonna be on me. Us, all of us. Figure out how to grow wheat or corn, either one. I think the yield's about the same. I think in ways corn is a little better for you, but wheat's a lot easier. Hell, smart guy do both because the storms that are going to ruin your corn crop are going to hit after you've already got your wheat in. I think. One thing I wish I could do here that I haven't figured out how to pull off yet is we actually had a barn with a loft in it, and on the one end we opened it up and put pigeon nests up, which are really simple. A metal 5-gallon bucket, and you screw it to the wall. And we put up, I don't know, I can't remember. I think they started out with 5 or 6 and wound up with 10 or 15 of them up there. But then there was always pigeons at the barn. Any given time, there'd be 100 pigeons flying around the barn. Um, and you didn't have to shoot them off the wing. Just go out there and climb up and get the squabs. Uh, as long as you didn't harvest all the squabs every time, the pigeons kept making babies. And it was easy. You didn't have to feed them. They would fly somewhere else to eat, and then they would fly back to do their nesting stuff. Yeah, my mom used the same flower tin my entire childhood. Um, and she would just go get more flour and put in it. That's people. There's a lot of people out there that are going to be hurting. I mean, they literally don't know how to cook unless it's with a microwave or a programmable range. And right now, there's so many young people coming up. They're starting their lives and stuff together out of the house and stuff from mom or dad doing all the cooking to now they're out and they went from ordering pizza and eating hot pockets to now they're cooking their meals, but the recipe and the stuff they need to make that specific meal show up on their porch every 3 days. They don't have to know how to cook. They just follow the instructions. We were doing it. It is so easy, and the food is great. Uh, it's not insanely expensive, but you're not going to learn to cook like that. So, walking to town or going to town? The missus went in. That means and yeah, the lights are on. She's going to try to go to sleep. And you can hear my voice goes right through that window. So, um, I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. I will try to go live um, earlier. Spread the word in the chats as you see people around. Say, hey, Wes will be doing his lives. I'll be doing my lives over here on this channel. For starters, I can't monetize them. So I don't have to try to um, whatever. If I do a live on the other channel, um, it'll be pretty restrictive as to who can participate. So, and it'll be either there or you're not there because yeah, reasons. Um, but over here, it's pretty relaxed. I don't care what I say. If I'm not monetized, they can't do anything to me. We can talk about it. I don't feel like I owe y'all something for having to watch ads or anything like that. I can just relax and just chill and hang out with y'all. I like this. So what a live stream should be. See, I think we've still got a cattle sale at Sea City, but that's all it is cattle. There's no the closest sale barn for sheep and goats is uh, San Angelo. And I would love to have 160, 380, uh, 280. I'd love to have a big chunk of dirt I could put some goats out on. Um, I'd run 20 head of breeding stock if I had the land for it because if you've got grass, man, then it's just free money. Goats are free money. Um, Here anyway. I'm not gonna do no Angora or anything like that. I'm not doing Bower. Bower are a good meat producer, but um, getting into the breed is cost prohibitive because everybody wants so stinking much for viable breeding stock. About the only thing I would do, I might get a Billy, a Bower Billy. Because you crossbreed, you can run Spanish nannies with a Billy on top, and they put on weight faster than the Bowers do. They don't get as big as the Bower, but they'll put on weight faster because the genetics are opened up. They're not as restricted. They're not as inbred, so they'll put on size faster. Um, and it's weird. Um, you can bring in new whatever on down the line. After you get started, you don't have to buy replacements. Just get rid of your Billy and get a different one. One Billy can do a lot of work. Just leave it at that. Um, and you know, rubber bands are cheap, so you don't have to worry about all the little sons and nephews messing everything up for you. Anyway, God bless y'all. Just to love, don't die. Like I said, the live streams will be over here for the most part, and we're actually working. Aids here again. We're working on content for the other channel. Aids been putting some stuff out. Um, I've got a lot of stuff shot, and I was able to get the my editing stuff on this thing. So anyway, stay tuned to the other channel. There's more stuff coming. Okay, love you people. Y'all still have. Don't die. Might even start the Bible studies again. We'll see. Love y'all.